Well, here's like thing I was thinking about. You see, I need to like have a place to just sort of just like say all of these thoughts and feelings I have about things. Oh my god, it's already like 50 seconds. I think I might edit out the parts at the beginning where I just kind of cleared my throat because I was nervous. But look, here's the thing. I need a place to talk about stuff, and that's okay. And sometimes maybe it's better not to talk at an actual person, but like the idea of a person, the idea of an audience, maybe a YouTube video, or maybe podcast, whatever you want to call this, that's fine. Because I've got a lot of ideas and stuff that people, like, I don't think is fair. Because there's so few people in my life, and I don't think they need to, like, every word that happens to pop into my head. That's okay, because I've got a compulsion to say things. Now that I've started, I don't think I'll be able to stop unless someone walks in here to the kitchen and just starts, like, being like, what the fuck? Terry, what are you doing? But here's something that I was thinking. Like, as you grow older, you, like, especially now with, like, the internet and TV, and especially with those things in your life, you start to look around and you say, oh my god, there's so many people I disagree with. And what do you do about that? Because it can make you feel many things. It can make you feel alone and scared and make you feel afraid. I think everyone kind of feels this. Like, even the people that I disagree with, I think they feel this. Like, I'm a vegan, or sorta. Like, I have vegan ethics. I mean, there's lots of other stuff I'm passionate about, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to use this as an example, because I think, like, it's so... Like, vegans are so passionate. People who eat meat can be quite passionate as well. I feel like meat eaters, I feel like they actually, even though, like, most people eat meat, even though they're, like, the status quo, I feel like they look around and they say, oh my god, there's so many people I disagree with. So many vegans are questioning these things that are, like, just come so naturally to me. I'm a meat eater. It's who I am. You know, it's how I was raised. That's fine. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, people are feeling a little bit, like, stressed about these realizations. We don't live in insular communities. We live in, like, this global community of, like, people. And we have to, like, get to terms with that. And I think people do live in filter bubbles. Like, that's something that gets tossed around a lot. I think I live in somewhat of, like, a vegan sort of animal rights activist sort of filter bubble, and you might be like, some people will hear that and they'll be like, oh, so you live in a world where nobody says the word meat and bacon is, like, censored, and no, it's not like that at all. On my Facebook feed in particular, no, because you are a vegan, because you're an animal rights activist, you have to know every single time someone, like, liberates a pig and it gets shot in the head, even though there was, like, no reason to do that, or the pig was gonna die anyway, or it was gonna... You need to know every single time. You need to know every single time someone kills an endangered species, every single time someone poaches an elephant or a tiger or something. You need to... It's there, and you know it, and you know it happened, even though it happened so many miles away, and even though it happened, like, in some way that it would not affect your day-to-day life, except that you read about it and you feel outraged about it. Now, this happens for a year, this happens for 2 years. You wake up every day and there's a new horrible animal abuse related story, and I'm still not used to it. I still get sad every time I look at that stuff. I still get angry every time I look at that stuff. And there are still people in the comments sections trying to like defend people sometimes. I mean, there are some animal rights things that most normal people do agree on. But more often than not, there is someone there that's gonna... Oh, sorry, I thought someone was gonna come in. Oh my god. There's someone there that's gonna disagree. There's someone there that's gonna call you a name or something, call someone else a name. And how do I deal with that? How do you deal with that? As whatever you are, a vegetarian, vegan, meat eater, whatever, how do you deal with people that disagree with you? How do you manage your mental health? Because, look, this is not a video to change anyone's opinion. This is just a thought I had, and I don't think we as, like, a global culture have developed mechanisms to sort of cope with that sort of thing. Because I think we all feel sort of an obligation to, like, look at that sort of thing. My cat is trying to open the door to the back garden. She's a very good cat. She loves opening doors. And now she just kind of slapped my arm to get my attention. She's very cute, very beautiful. So how do we deal with that? The answer is, I don't know how you're supposed to. I try dealing with it by, like, because I don't want to be the kind of guy that's like, oh man, I'm right and they're all wrong. Because I used to be that douchebag, and he wasn't a very pleasant person to be around. But now I went through this stage that was like the opposite of like I'm right and everyone's wrong, where I just kind of questioned myself to the point of like a breaking point. Quite frankly, I'd be like, well, if these guys are right, they kind of have a point about this, kind of have a point about that. But I feel so insecure about myself all the time. I think you need to find a happy medium, because, right, if you act like a know-it-all all the time, if you act like you know everything all the time, then you're probably gonna miss out on a lot of what life's about. Life is about challenging your preconceptions, and changing your opinion on something may very well be a turning point in your life and your quality of life, or your beliefs and other people's quality of life even. But also, you need to sort of have a little bit of confidence and faith in yourself, because if you're constantly questioning what you believe in, constantly, like, no stop, you're gonna feel a bit tired. You're gonna feel a bit tired out. And so I think it's fair to just say sometimes, like, fuck it, I'm right, they're wrong. Not while you're, like, talking to someone, while you're debating someone, but if you see something about an animal getting shot in the head, and you feel really crappy about it, and there's no one there beside you to sort of, like, manufacture your sort of reaction to it, you can sort of just say, you know what, an animal was shot in the head, I'm sad about it, I'm gonna move on, and I'm not gonna think about that shit anymore than I need to. And I think that's fair.